I am Professor B.A. Oso of the Department of Botany and Microbiology, University of Ibadan. After so many years of intensive research, I have been able to develop a microbial technology for environmental management. Because environmental pollution, particularly in Nigeria, is a big problem. And I have been very busy trying to find lasting solutions to this. This technology, which is in form of a powdery material, heavily impregnated with special isolates of microorganisms, does the following. It breaks down urban refuse into nutrient-rich organic fertilizer, all within 4 weeks. It purifies sewage, raw sewage, into clean water. It purifies industrial effluents into clean water. And it bioremediates oil-polluted environment, land and water. It is a good material for fighting oil pollution. If there is a fresh oil spill, this material is good in arresting the spread of the oil, both on land and on water. Because the material, when you add it to the oil, agglomerates the oil into a lump, which you can easily collect either from the surface of the water neatly or from the surface of the soil. After collecting the agglomerated oil, you can leave it for some time for the material, microbial material, to act on it and break down the oil further. And the product is a good fertilizer for the growth of the plants. Now, I would like to demonstrate to you on a small scale recovery of oil from water surface using this material. This is the material which I have patented in my name as OBD+, that is Oso Valedictory Plus. We will now demonstrate the use of this material for the arrest of oil on water. Here we want to simulate bioremediation of water. Here is how OBD Plus can stop the spread of the oil on water surface. The surface of the water is now entirely covered by the oil. And we want to see how this material, OBD Plus, now we want to remove the oil lump from the surface of the water. The lump. This stick to collect the remnants. You can now see that the entire surface of the water has been cleaned of the oil, thanks to OBD+. The water is now clean. I can use it to wash my hands. If there is oil blowout on the open water surface, to be able to use OBD plus effectively, you have to dam the water. You put a boom to restrict the flow of the oil. And then behind the boom, you now add OBD plus. As you add OBD plus will hold down the oil in a lump. You can now use something like what I have done, to remove the lump, thereby cleaning the surface of the water. And this is how OBD plus can be deployed in the field. For collection of oil from water surface. Now the lumps of oil collected with OBD plus, which you have here, is not useless. There are two things you can do to it. One, you can recover the oil back by using a solvent that will bring the oil out of the combination, out of the lump. You add the solvent, it will dissolve it, then you decant the solvent from the residue and allow the solvent to evaporate. And what you have left is oil. On the other hand, you can spread the lump on a surface. You mix the lump very well with OBD plus. Spread it out on the surface. The OBD plus will act on the oil, breaking it down into nutrients. And what do you have after this? As a result of this, is organic fertilizer, which is good for the growth of crops. So there's no waste. You collect your oil, you either recover the oil back, or you turn the oil into organic fertilizer for use in the field for growing crops. We can turn the oil collected from the water surface into organic fertilizer by mixing it properly with the OBD plus, and now spreading out for some time. Here is a sample of such material. After the oil has been acted upon by the corn grown with the organic fertilizer obtained by digesting the oil with the OBD plus. What we have just demonstrated there. You can see the beautiful growth of the corn. Now we want to stimulate oil pollution here. When there's pollution on land, the oil spreads on land. And when this happens, the oil spreads on land. But to minimize the spread, it is boomed. And when we boom, we can now add OBD plus to arrest this. Of oil polluted environment, both land and water. For the already polluted sparse areas of land in the Delta region, in Ogoni land and other areas, OBD plus holds a good promise. I have now been able to demonstrate what OBD plus, which is a new indigenous Nigerian technology, can do as far as oil pollution of the environment, both land and water, can do. Recovery of our clean water surface back. We have demonstrated pollution on land and recover our clean land back. And we are able to show that the OBD plus oil combination can be processed into organic fertilizer good for plant growth. The use of OBD plus in the oil industry should be encouraged. Because up till now, one is not aware of any other technology in the country that can do this, that can do what OBD plus has been able to do, as demonstrated by us. As I said earlier on, OBD plus performs a number of functions. This is just one of them. It can remind us, the others are conversion of urban refuse into nutrient-rich organic fertilizer within 4 weeks. Treatment of raw sewage into clean water. Treatment of industrial effluents into clean water. All this should be embraced and encouraged. And the nation should seize this opportunity during drilling operations in the Niger Delta area of Nigeria. Drilling wastes like this are constantly being produced. This is a material very toxic to the environment. As at now, there is no known way of, with our OBD plus. Yeah. There seems to be a solution. Yes. Here, we now have it in powder form. And the OBD plus has rendered it non-toxic. As it is now, it is safe for discharge into the environment, unlike the untreated mud. Not only that, as it is, it supports the good growth of crops. So it can be used in agriculture safely. To support that, here is a corn grown using OBD plus treated drilling mud. You can see the beautiful growth of the corn. As compared to this, which were grown with the untreated drilling mud. Both were planted the same day. And one can see the type of growth we have here. Some of the seeds have already died. But here there's a malformation of the plant, which shows how toxic this material is and how extremely important for it to be treated before discharge into the environment. If this material should be consumed by human beings, you can imagine what will happen. This sort of thing is capable of so serious attachment to be given to the treatment of this material before discharge into the environment. Serious attention should be given to the treatment of this material before discharge into the environment, soil, or it's just dumped into the rivers, onto the sea. In both cases, the material caused havoc in the environment because of its high toxicity. However, with the development of OBD+, there's a solution to the problem. As already demonstrated, OBD+ is capable of detoxifying it and making it safe for discharge into the environment. But with treatment, that sort of thing did not happen. OBD+ should be embraced by the oil companies. Because of all the things OBD+ can do in the establishments. The problem today in the Delta region is oil pollution. Oil pollution without any solution to the problem. If we are able to really clean the land or minimize spread of pollution, that place will be a better place and a more peaceful place to stay. And it's going to be a relief on our governments. This is what is needed there. And OBD+ can do this